Maya had always adored the holiday season. As she boarded the bus to visit her family for Christmas, she felt excitement wash over her. The twinkling lights, warm atmosphere, and sense of togetherness made her feel cozy and content. As she settled into her seat, Maya pulled out her journal and began writing. The gentle hum of the bus engine provided the perfect background noise. Becoming engrossed in her writing, Maya didn't notice when her journal slipped from her fingers and slid under the seat in front of her. Axel, the passenger sitting in front of Maya, noticed the journal and picked it up. As he flipped through the pages, he felt drawn into Maya's innermost thoughts and feelings. He couldn't help but feel a connection to this stranger, whose words spoke directly to his heart. As the bus ride came to an end, Axel knew he had to return the journal to its rightful owner. Waiting until Maya stood up to exit the bus, he tapped her gently on the shoulder. "Excuse me," he said, holding out the journal. "I think you dropped this." Maya turned, startled, and their eyes met for the first time. Axel felt a jolt of electricity run through his body, knowing he wanted to spend more time with this captivating stranger. "Thank you so much," Maya said, taking the journal from Axel. "I would have been devastated if I had lost this." As they stood there, awkwardly holding onto the journal, Axel realized he didn't want the moment to end. "Would you like to grab a cup of coffee with me?" he asked, feeling nervous excitement. Maya smiled, and Axel's heart skipped a beat. "I'd love to," she said. As they walked to a nearby cafe, Axel felt wonder. Who was this woman, whose journal had spoken so deeply to him? What was it about her that made him feel so alive? Over coffee, they talked for hours, sharing stories and laughter. Axel learned Maya was a writer, working on her first novel, with a passion for music and art. As the sun began to set, Axel walked Maya back to her family's house, feeling reluctance. He didn't want the night to end. As they stood outside the front door, Maya turned to him and smiled. "Thank you for tonight," she said. "I had an amazing time." Axel's heart skipped a beat as he looked into her eyes. "I had an amazing time too," he said. "Would you like to do it again tomorrow?" Maya nodded, and Axel's heart soared. As they said their goodbyes, Axel felt excitement. He had never felt this way about anyone before. Over the next few days, Axel and Maya spent every spare moment together. They explored the city, visiting art galleries and museums. They walked through the park, holding hands and talking about their dreams. As the holiday season drew to a close, Axel knew he had found someone special. He couldn't imagine spending another day without Maya by his side. But as they stood outside Maya's family's house on New Year's Eve, Axel realized he had to tell her the truth. He had been hurt before and was scared of opening himself up to love again. "Maya," he said, taking her hand. "I have to tell you something." Maya looked up at him, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "What is it?" she asked. Axel took a deep breath. "I've been hurt before," he said. "I'm scared of loving again." Maya's face softened, and she reached up to touch his cheek. "I'm scared too," she said. "But I don't want to let fear hold me back. I want to take a chance on us." Axel's heart swelled with emotion as he looked into Maya's eyes. "I want to take a chance on us too," he said. As the clock struck midnight, Axel and Maya shared a kiss under the stars. It was a moment that would stay with them forever, a moment that would change the course of their lives. As they pulled back, gasping for air, Axel knew he had found his soulmate. He knew he would spend the rest of his life making Maya happy. And as they walked hand in hand into the new year, Axel knew their love story was only just beginning. A year later, Axel and Maya sat on the beach, watching the sunset. They had spent the past 12 months traveling the world, exploring new places, and deepening their love for each other. Maya pulled out a small box from her bag and handed it to Axel. "I found this in my grandmother's attic," she said. "It's a journal, just like the one you found on the bus." Axel's eyes widened as he opened the journal. Inside, he found a letter addressed to him. "As I write this, I'm sitting on a bus, heading home for Christmas," the letter read. I've just met the love of my life, and I know that our journey together is only just beginning. Axel looked up at Maya, tears in his eyes. You wrote this? He asked. Maya nodded, smiling. I did. And I knew, even then, that our love story was something special. Axel pulled Maya into his arms, holding her close as the sun dipped below the horizon. I love you, he whispered. I love you too, Maya replied. And as they sat there, wrapped in each other's arms, they knew that their love would last a lifetime.